Good afternoon, beautiful people. So today I have a same thing I always do. I'm doing some plant care videos. I like to do those kind of type of videos where I'm just helping people along. People get confused a little bit when it comes down to like repotting plants or potting up your pieces of plants that may have broke off, or some props that you made, or anything like that. So when and how do you pot that stuff up? Okay, so for starters, we're going to, well, I forgot to bring the, oh my God, I forgot to bring the pots for the props that I was going to pot up. So we're not going to do that today, but I do have some tips and tricks for you that if you stick around, we can do at the end of the video. But as of now, I do have some plants that need to be repotted. So for starters, let's just go with this Pilea. Okay, so he needs to be in a bigger pot, I think. So how do I know? So this is him. He look okay, but when I pull him out, he has a bunch of roots at the bottom. So I'm just gonna pot him up because he hasn't been pushing out any babies. He's been kind of the same size in this growing season. So, you know, I should have been getting way more growth than I'm getting out of this plant. So I believe that it's just time to just pot him up in a bigger pot and just make it so he'll have more room for the roots to just kind of come in. But remember, never pot your plant up into, like, this is a 4-inch planter. My Sammy. This is a 4-inch planter. So if you want to go bigger than that, never go to something like a 10-inch from a 4-inch. You don't want to do that. What you want to do is go from a 4-inch to a 6-inch, from a 6-inch to an 8-inch, 8 to 10, stuff like that, in order to keep the plants from having too much room. And then you'll get growth, but it'll be very, very slow because the plant has to develop roots before you can see the prize, which is the foliage. Okay. So you don't want to go from a small planter to a too big of a planter too fast, okay? Just let your plant gradually get bigger and bigger and bigger. And then, you know, if you, and actually, if you get to a size plant and you don't have no big room, you know, no lot of room to do something bigger than, say, an 8-inch, because you like in a dorm or you living in a small studio or something like that, but your plant don't outgrew its home. Instead of rehoming it, what you could do is just take it out of the pot and separate the roots, right? Separate the roots and put them in 2 smaller pots. And now you'll have 2 plants. But it'll be smaller. They'll be smaller. And then you can also just give one away to a friend or a family member or a co-worker or something like that. Or you can also save them for yourself or whatever you want to do to it. But if you're struggling for space, I'm sure you don't want to keep it. You want to just try to get it down to the smaller size and then just give the other one away to a family member, a neighbor, friend, or somebody like that. And then that way you'll kind of keep your plant at a small size that you can kind of control. Okay, you can also, I have been known to, like, if I had a pothos I had put outside, it was huge, right? So when I brought it back in, it was just too big. So I didn't want to go to a bigger planter. It was in something like a 12 or a 14-inch pot. I didn't want to go bigger than that. So I popped the bottom on and I cut all the roots that were coming out the bottom. I cut all that off, and it gave me more time to wait. That was after the growing season. So I didn't want to try to do nothing to it too much. So I just cut the roots off of it and then just stuck it there. That's it. I just stuck it and then waited till spring. And then I took all the soil off as much as I could so that I could try to shrink it down to something smaller. Now, I didn't do the first tip I said, which was to just cut it off. I mean, cut it in half, make 2 smaller pots. I didn't do that. I did another trick with, like I said, I just shook most of the soil off, and then I lost some roots too, but I mean, it's gonna get smaller. I wanted it to get smaller anyway, so I just shook most of the dirt off, untangled some stuff, and then I put it in a smaller pot. And so now I'm waiting on that smaller pot to kind of fill in, and then I do have that bigger planter left. So, and you could always just stick more plants in that bigger planter to create like a small garden of such to put somewhere. But I didn't want that bigger planter anyway. moving right along. I'm laughing because I am ready to shoot this video and not ready, obviously. So right, I got most of my stuff here and I didn't bring everything. So sadly, I can only do a small video. I can't show you everything that I was gonna do today because I didn't bring everything with. So, but that's okay. I did bring the starter stuff that I needed to do. So I got some river rocks here because you could use these for like if you want to do, not river rocks, they just small little rocks I got from Dollar Tree to create like if you want to put a pebble tray under your pot like that to create more humidity for your plant, you could do that. So I've seen people put them down in the bottom of their planter, but I've also read that sometimes clog up the holes, and you don't want to do that when it comes down to, you know, the drainage of your plant and stuff. You don't want to do that. So I have a planter here, and I want to bring this plant. It's a calathea, and this don't get so big. It's doing so good, but and I wasn't gonna how I choose if I'm gonna plant a change a pot. So it's big, right? And beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love it. So I wasn't gonna take him out of here because he's doing so good. Okay, so for me, if plants are doing good, I don't take them out. I just leave them in there because they're doing good. But then when they start showing signs of distress, I already knew he was ready to be potted up though. Because see, look, he was ready to be changed pots. But sometimes they do okay like that too. They like to be root bound. So I didn't change it because I'm like, okay, he's still doing good. I'm still getting new leaves. But then all of a sudden, this happened. And this. So I got about 4 bad leaves in here. So that tells me that, okay, it's time for a new pot. Okay, he did as much as he could do in this pot, and now it's time to move on to something bigger. Again, I would never put this 6-inch plant in a 10-inch pot. Now, it's big enough to hold it, you would think, right? But I don't want to chance it because that soil stay wet too long. So you don't want to do that. You'll rot your plant out like that. So instead, you do just something a little bit bigger. So this is a 6-inch calathea. This is probably a 6-inch as well, but it's wider. So I'm gonna stick it down in there. Of course, not with the pot on it, right? Not with the pot on it. So I will be taking it out of there and then add some soil in there and then just put him in there and watch him enjoy his new home. When he outgrow this one, then I'll probably go to a 10-inch. Oh, this is an 8-inch. I thought it was a 6-inch because it's kind of short. Anyway, it's not. It's an 8-inch, which is good. That's what I want. So to do that, I'm going to stick him back over here so I don't damage those new roots that's coming out of there. So what you do is, ooh, look at this leaf just in my video. Don't do that, leaf. Don't do that. It's not your time yet. So what you do is you come in with your soil of choice, which I say I'm going to try to make me some soil one day. I saw some tips on how to do it. I said, I'm going to try that one day because, you know, why not? You know, planting is fun and interesting. And you know, if you ain't too scared, you could do some like experiments and stuff. And I like to do that. So ain't nothing wrong with that. You could experiment. Don't be scared of your plants. They very resilient and stuff like that. I mean, as long as you keep those roots in good shape, you could do a lot with plants. So don't be scared to get in and do some stuff with your plants and stuff. So, but especially with dirt. Well, I'm learning with dirt. Anyway, planter, he don't get big now. Let's see what these roots look like, y'all. We gonna see together because I ain't seen the roots. I just know they busting out. So squish that around a little bit because he in there. I'm gonna squish that around a little bit so he'll be easier to pull. Straight out like that there. Hey. And he not as root bound as I thought. See? But every time I water that plant in here, the water comes straight out. So I'm gonna just give him a new home. So I don't mess with the roots and stuff. Some people do, I don't. I'm gonna take him just like this. I had put a little bit too much soil in there. Just like that. Just like that. And then I'm gonna backfill it. I'm gonna fill in the space around the plant with some more soil. Every time I do plants, my nose gets to itching. Am I allergic to dirt? I don't know. I hope not. This is my favorite thing to do. But every time, I swear, every time I make a video, my nose get itching. I'm scratching it and tugging on it and stuff. So, I do get allergy, though. So, maybe I'm allergic to something in the soil. I don't know. But every time I go to make a video, here go my nose again, itching. I'm pushing on it and scratching it and squeezing and pinching it. Anyway. So, again, backfilling it. Making sure to fill in those spaces and stuff. That's it. Planting is really easy. But I'm making a video right now. Not right now, baby. Not right now, baby. So, I can't see you and film this. But I'm trying. I'm working on it. But anyway, so some people just get lost in it, and I get it. When I first started planting, and enjoying plants, I used to have my mama repot my plants every time. Mom, could you help me with this? Now, she be calling me. She want me to come over there now. Mom, babe, could you just come my plant doing something weird? And so I'm going to go and take a ride over her house and see what's going on with her plant and stuff. So something going on with it. She is growing into something. I don't know. I ain't even seen it. So she ain't seen me no pictures. So I don't know. Anyway, I like to talk, so I be rambling. So I'm saying, just to keep the video going. I mean, if you wanted to just watch, I mean, that's fun too, but ain't nothing like a little conversation. Hey, so here we are in the plant's new home. We got an 8-inch pot right here, and I'm going to water this thing because it was in this planter, the 6-incher, and it was watered, but like I said, every time I water it, it comes straight through. That's been happening since I had this plant, y'all. But it didn't bother me because it was still growing. So I didn't think nothing of it. Like, okay, I'll just water it, and then when the water go down in the reservoir at the bottom, I just dump it out. You know, I've been doing that since I got the plant last summer. So, and I had this, like I said, for a summer now. And well, a year now. And this he don't get real big. He don't get real big. I lost some leaves. I gained some leaves and all of that stuff. I will, after the video, cut those dead leaves off because they're no longer. They're not going to come back. And, you know, it just makes the whole plant look a little bit better. Plus, the plant won't be using energy to dead things and stuff like that, because sometimes plants just use energy the wrong way. So, but I do have this that I can do on video. A tip, because I'm at the end of my video, because I don't have no more planters to use as of yet. So, but it's okay. I'm going to do what I got, and then we're just going to stop it there. So, I have this Micans that was gifted to me from someone on Facebook. They gave it to me, and thank you for giving it to me. So, but it was in rough shape. I'm bringing it back to health. It's looking good. I got some new growth going. I brought it home. I cut off some pieces that were not thriving. I didn't throw them away though. I planted those. I mean, I propagated all of that stuff. And now I have some pieces left from it that I cut off of it when I first got it. And it's ready to plant up. So I got some bald patches in the top of this planter. See my bald patches? Some empty areas there. So a tip for me, and what I do is, I'll take a plant, I'll take some cuttings off of it, and you could take them and stick them back down in there. But what I've learned is, it's hard for those roots for me anyway, it's hard for those roots those leaf and node cuttings to take root in the plant. I don't know why I cannot get that right, but every time I try to put it straight in the dirt, they die. Only thing that don't die is the like the wandering dudes, because I heard that's the legit way to say it now. So I don't want to disrespect nobody. So the Tradescantia, that's how you say it, right? So those plants are the only ones I can go straight into the soil and they'll catch root. All my other plants that I've tried, anything behind me that you see, I cannot get that stuff to root and straight in soil. So I don't do it like that. I don't even try. Excuse me. I don't even try. So now, like I said, I do it this way. So I just took like I said, I had cut a piece off because it wasn't thriving. I cut the leaves off, which I believe I lost those leaves. And I popped them in some water so they could take root, and it did. So now that it has taken root, I got some Brazil leaves in there. They ready to go too, and that's what I was gonna show you how to do, but I don't have no 4-inch pot planter with me, so but that's okay. That need to be planted up, so I'm gonna plant that stuff off camera, or maybe I'll make another video. But anyway, see, that's ready to go. That is ready to go. And in fact, I didn't even think it was doing this good. I thought I just had this little root right here. That's all I thought was on this plant. But that's okay, baby, because now that I see all of this, it's looking really good. So what I do is, to fill this plant out, I'm going to take it and poke a hole in another side over here with my finger, or a tool or something like that. I'm a gremlin. I just go in with my finger and just open me a hole, get them roots down in there. And it's a leaf growing right here. I'm probably going to lose that one. Can you see it? It's a leaf right here growing. And I'm probably going to lose that one, but I'm going to gain all of those. So I'm just going to take a chance and just stick it down in there. One little leaf I'm losing. It's okay. I'm going to gain the rest of this stuff. So I'm going to stick it down in here. And y'all, I could have made another plant. I could have. But I want this one to be full and beautiful, so I can start propagating from a healthier plant versus trying to make one strand into a plant. Because them just take long, in my opinion, they just take longer to be full. So instead, I would rather take it and make a full plant out of this one. And then when it grow in to be really full, I could take, it'll be nice and healthy and full. And then I could take pieces off of this plant. And then it'll be, you know, I could take 5 cuttings, put them in water, make a full plant, and then it'll come in full for me. Okay, so I won't have to worry about it being just having bald patches like this. But anyway, so that's how it's looking now. So I put it on that side, and it still got some bald patches, but that's okay. Hopefully this starts shooting out new growth from down in there, because it did have a leaf coming in, and I don't know if it's going to survive it. Like I said, it don't really matter. I'm just nursing this baby back to health. I'm excited that she gave it to me and found a new home. And that's it for today. I planted this up. This is ready to go. And that's it for today. Like I said, I'm going to stick this back in his home where he belongs. Give him a watering. And that's it for today. Well, I hope you guys get a chance to get some planting done and get some anything done that's cooler now. There was a heat wave for the last few days and stuff. So now it's a nicer day. Even though it didn't rain, so you can't pull those weeds as easy as you would like to. But anyway, you can still do some stuff around the house like me. So get to planting, get to checking on everything, checking on your props, checking on your plants, pull them out, check the roots, make sure nothing need to be potted up or changed or anything like that. And if it do, just sit down and do it. It's a cool day. So take care of your plants today. And happy planting. See you in the next one.